I'm going to be talking today about a subject which I hope will not upset too many of you, because I'm going to maybe stepping on toes of religious people and challenging some beliefs, but I have to share it with you. This is something that has been preoccupying me now for many years, and I think it's time for me to reveal and share with you my thought about a very sensitive subject, which is, what is God? Where is God? What is God's will? Let me start with an explanation why this preoccupies me, and then what conclusions I arrived at. I had no religious upbringing. I am a Holocaust survivor, and during the Holocaust, I was not supposed to even mention that I'm Jewish. We were hiding in the mountains of Albania, hiding as if we are Muslims. I didn't know the Muslim religion, I didn't know the Jewish religion, nothing. And then after the war, my father denounced God. He said if God could have allowed our family to be burned alive in Treblinka, and all these millions of people being burned and killed, there is no God. If God allows that to happen, there is no God. And he would even eat demonstratively on the terrace on Yom Kippur, the most sacred day of the Jewish religion, when we supposed to fast and pray to God for salvation. He would eat demonstratively on the terrace, tell everybody, I don't believe in God. There is no God. He was actually angry. And then, when we came to Israel, by the way, I didn't learn anything about the Jewish religion either. I was studying nationalism, Zionism, but not religion. We had classes on Bible, the Tanakh, but it was more intellectual study rather than spiritual study. So I grew up without God. But I was always seeking God. What is it? What is it? Because everything I see around me could not have been created and operating in chaos. There is no rule, there is nothing. I mean, how does it happen? There must be something going on. But please pay attention to the word I chose. There must be something. I did not say somebody. And that was my departure from organized religion. Because whenever I would go to the Jewish synagogue, or even I went to a Catholic church once or more than once, because the Jewish synagogue was too far, and to me God is in everywhere. It can be in a Catholic church, or a Protestant church, or a mosque. I don't see the difference for me. The difference is how we pray to God, but God is the one and the same. And I would wonder, is it who or is it what? And all religions that I looked at talk about God as a who. Father in heaven, our Lord. And if you go to the eastern part of the world, to the Hindu religions, you have the gods, depicted in sculptures, whether it's a Shiva or whoever. It's always a who. And that made me feel uncomfortable, because I felt to me as a legacy of the Greek mythology of Zeus on the mountain. Zeus is God, and he interacts with human beings, and he punishes and rewards. And by the way, he also has a offspring with a human being, like the Christian religion. That is really remnants or continuation in a certain one form or another of the Greek mythology. And it's maybe not the Greek mythology. We all look at a parent who made us who we are. And we kind of still worship a parent. So God is a who. But for me, it was not a who. It must be a what. What is God? What is God? And I've been seeking and seeking and seeking, and the departure in my thinking came when the pandemic started, and in the internet I got what supposedly was a letter that Einstein wrote to his daughter, supposedly. There's a lot of people that claim he did not write letters to his daughter, he maybe didn't even have a daughter. I don't know, whatever. But it was a letter, supposedly he wrote, that was in the Hebrew University in Jerusalem with all the papers of Einstein. And in that letter he told his daughter, supposedly, do not make this letter public until humanity is ready. And then with the start of the pandemic, somebody decided to release this letter to the public and to share it. Or maybe it was a fake, I don't care. It stimulated my thinking. And what did the letter say? That Einstein, he said, I discovered a power stronger than any of the powers that I discovered in physics. But humanity is not ready to listen and to acknowledge it. So don't make this letter public until humanity is ready. And the power he was referring to was the power of love. He said, love creates everything. Wow. I said, love. Wait a moment. Another name of God is love. Love is God. So he's referring to God. But what is love? Now I had another problem. Again, because of the Holocaust, I denounced love. My father denounced God, and I denounced love. Because all the people that I loved disappeared. They were murdered, they were burned, and my mother, the only one that survived was my father and myself and my mother. My mother would, from time to time, till she died, had panic attacks, anxiety attacks. And I was scared as a child, would run, get valerian, bring it to her and cry, Mom, don't die, Mommy, don't die, please, Mommy, don't die. That she might disappear too. So I was scared of love. Love was very dangerous because people that I love disappear, die. It may sound strange, but till the age of 65 or maybe 70, I did not believe there is love. My autobiography book that I wrote called The Accordion Player, due in the beginning of next year, I believe, 2023, to be published, describes how I discovered love later on in my personal life and how I got rid of this fear of love, which was a lifetime challenge. Back to God. So God is love, but what is love? Because I don't believe in love. There is no love. So there is no God. I didn't even marry with love because I was scared if I marry somebody, she would disappear. So I didn't marry with love. I just made a decision. I want to have children. I want to have a partner. So I chose somebody, and that was it. That was love. And then she divorced me, probably because of that. And I married a second woman. And also, I never told her I love you because I was scared. I was scared. So what is love now? What is love? Let's go to the beginning. Start all over again. Big Bang is when creation happened. What happened in the Big Bang? Time and space started. Okay? Now the question. What was there before the Big Bang? I came across this question because a little child, I saw it on the internet, asked the Pope, Dear Father, what was there before the creation? And the Pope said, love, my son, love. Okay, we are back to love now. So, what was there before the Big Bang must be something which is not limited by time and space, because time and space started with the Big Bang. Oh, makes sense. Love has no time and space limitations. You can still love somebody who already died, and you can love somebody who is millions of miles away. There is no space and time limitations to love. Again, but what is love again? What is love? What does it mean love has no time and space limitations? And then it occurred to me, I don't know how, that it is energy. Love gives you energy. When you're in love, you're full with energy. And when you have no love in your life, you're depressed, you have no energy. So say love is energy. Wait a moment, wait. So it is energy. Energy has no space and no time limitations. But wait, energy can be destructive. And some love can be destructive too. The Nazis love to kill people. They enjoyed what they were doing. What is it then? What makes energy constructive rather than destructive? Well, let's think about it. Energy to create cannot create in a vacuum. It has to create with some elements. It's like fire. It has to cook something, otherwise it doesn't create anything just to be fire by itself. What are the elements of creation then? And if you look at the first chapter of the Hebrew Bible, of the Old Testament, Bereshit, with the beginning, first two sentences, and God created, and it says, and the Spirit of God over the water. Wait a moment. If the Spirit of God is over the water, means water was not created, it was there. And then God separated water from below from the water from above. Water was there. And the Spirit of God, in Hebrew, Spirit is Ruach, wind, air. Air was there. And then God separated soil from the water. Soil was there. God created nothing. God put order to what was already there. And then it hit me, wait a moment, nothing is really created. I, for instance, wrote many books, and I think people tell me you created something. I say I created nothing. I discovered what was already there. I gave it, and by the way, what did God do in the creation? He separated earth with soil from water and gave it a name. And he gave it a name to the sky, and he gave it a name to everything. That's why one of the names of God in the Hebrew language is Hashem, the name. He gave names. Shockingly, I say God was a consultant. He put order to the mess, to the tohu vavohu, the mess that the world was in. He separated things, gave it a name, and put order. Wow, wait a minute. What kind of order? What is the order? Then look at further in the Bible, the creation. When he created the animals, he says, let me nehem, each one animal to itself. What does it mean? Separation. Water doesn't try to become soil. Soil doesn't try to become air. Air doesn't try to become water. A zebra doesn't try to become a lion. A lion doesn't try to become a snake. Each one has its own existence. And then how do they survive together? How do they cooperate together? They recognize each other right to be different. And that is Immanuel Kant, the philosopher. Respect is when you recognize the right, the sovereignty of the other party to think, be different. I said that's what it is. The first rule that God put into the system was mutual respect. Respect each other difference. Mutual respect. How nice. Well, the next question then. What is the benefit, Immanuel Kant, what's the benefit of recognizing the right of the other person to be different? Why? Because you learn from people that think differently. You learn from differences. Now this I came across from the Hindu philosophy. I think it is, it says, if two people think alike, one of them is unnecessary. Talk to yourself. So we need differences in order to grow. We exchange knowledge, we exchange prejudices, we exchange judgments. And that, by the way, became one of my characteristics in my whole profession and in my life. I like people that disagree with me, as long as they disagree respectfully. What does it mean? They allow me to disagree with them. It is mutual respect. Because I learn from people who disagree with me. I welcome it. So tell me why you disagree with me. What is it that you know that I don't know, that I can learn from? Because every disagreement enriches me, as long as it is done mutually. Look, that is the precautions for politics today. Some religions request to be respected, but they don't respect in return. Look at the radical Muslim religious people that coming to Europe. They close themselves in their own little ghetto, run by the Sharia. They request the government to respect their differences, but they don't respect the difference of the culture in which they live. They try to convert everybody to their religion. In other words, respect is not mutual. It has to be mutual. Live and let live. Now the next question. Why? I know why I will collaborate. I will collaborate because I learn from differences. That was the first rule how God put order in the creation. But why would I learn from it? So what's the benefit? I get the benefit. No, there is more to it. There is more to it. And this I learned from a lecture I gave in Turkey. As you can see, this thinking has been going on for many years. Every time I get another piece and it starts to fit together. As I was lecturing in Turkey, I said, life is change. And what is change all about? Give and take. Right? That's how we make the system work. Give and take. And during the break, a Turkish executive came to me with a smile on his face and said, Turkey, we don't say give and take. We say take and give. The reverse. Then I look at the Arabic language. Take and give. Say, wait a moment. What is the difference between give and take versus take and give? The difference is trust. I will give and pay my taxes if I trust the system that I'm contributing my money to. But if I think that the government is corrupt, I'm not going to contribute. Right? We give when we trust. We give to our partners when we trust. We give to our children when we trust. We give to our spouses when we trust. If there is no trust, we are not that willing to give, are we? So, what makes the system work is not only synergy. Differences interacting create added value. 2 plus 3 is not 5, is 6. It creates value because they learn from each other, and by learning from each other, they create something new. Not good enough. There must be also symbiosis. We create something together, and we benefit from what we created. So I contribute to the system through interaction, through mutual learning, and that system rewards me what was created. A kidney has a reason to contribute to the body. Why? Because a healthy body enables the kidney to be healthy. So you want the system you belong to be healthy so that you can be healthy. You want to live in a healthy system from which you benefit, you contribute to benefit. That's why people come to America. Everybody dreams to live in America, America, America. What is America so big about? What is the secret of success of America? It's not its size. Other countries maybe are even bigger. I think Russia. It's not resources. Other countries have as much resources, maybe even more. So what is it? It's a culture of mutual trust and respect. Trust of the system, of the judiciary system, of the stock market. Trust and respect for each other's differences. We are all Americans regardless of our origin. You have a Jewish American, German American, French American, Mexican American. We are all together American. In another country, no. The French are French, all the others are not French. You see? The reason it happened in America is because we came to a virgin land, you might say. And we kind of pushed out the American Indians, and now everybody is equal. We are all immigrants, so we are all equal. There is nobody says, no, I'm above you because I was in this land before you. We kind of eliminated them, put them in reservations, and made them irrelevant. What makes America successful still, but we are losing it, unfortunately, is respect and trust. Mutual trust and respect. A culture of mutual trust and respect. Walk down the Broadway street in any major city in America. You will see Pakistani restaurant and an Indian restaurant next to it. Down there, they're fighting each other like hell, fighting each other with nuclear bombs. Here, they're next to each other and they're friends. And then you have a Syrian restaurant and a Jewish restaurant. Friends. Wow. America. We accept, still, we are losing it, but still, we accept each other's differences. So what makes a system work healthy is if it is synergetic and symbiotic. If it is symbiotic, it will be synergetic. Next. Symbiotic is a condition for synergetic to be. Because again, you need trust before you can have respect. There must be proper, fruitful interdependency before you can have fruitful interdependency. There must be a reason for the interdependency. Back to God. What makes the energy to be constructive? A consciousness. What kind of consciousness? Mutual trust and respect. God is not who. God is what. It's not even what. It's a how. It's the instructions of how to behave, how the world should be. And now, look around. Look at the nature. Look at anything around that is alive. And what do you see? Synergetic, symbiotic interrelationships. Look at the forest. It's a symbiotic system and synergetic. If you look at the desert, there is no symbiosis, no synergy. What is it? Dead. Show me a country where there is mutual respect and trust, and will show you a successful country. Why did Yugoslavia fall apart? By the way, that's a country where I was born, and I still lament and cry for that beautiful country that disappeared from the face of earth. It disappeared. It fell apart. And look at Switzerland, very successful. What's the common denominator here? Both of them have nationalities that are different from each other. Yugoslavia has Serbs and Croats and Bosnians and Macedonians and Montenegrins and Slovenes, you name it. Different religions, different languages or different accents of languages. They are different. And what about Switzerland? Also different. You have French, Germans and Italians. Switzerland should have fallen apart because these nationalities have been at each other throughout every world war. Switzerland did not fall apart. Yugoslavia disappeared. What's the difference? Mutual trust and respect. Switzerland has it. Yugoslavia did not have it. That is what makes a certain marriage successful, in spite of the conflicts that they have. Because they handle their conflict with mutual trust and respect. Remove mutual trust and respect, and it's not a marriage anymore. Maybe they still live together for whatever reason, but it's not a healthy marriage. It applies to countries, it applies to marriage, it applies to companies. And that's what I've been doing for 50 years of my life, bringing systems, changing the culture of a company to be mutual trust and respect. And when you do that, all the energy is freed to compete in the marketplace and to grow rather than to fight internally and waste energy on internal fights, which reduces the amount of energy you have to fight the competition. God is an instruction, an algorithm, mutual trust and respect. Look at the 10 Commandments. They all deal with mutual trust and respect. Do you realize that? Don't covet your neighbor's wife. Don't steal. God is one, which means, what does it mean? One rule. Mutual trust and respect. Don't try to interpret, and don't serve false gods. What is false gods? Those that have no mutual respect and no mutual trust. Nazism, fascism, communism. Look at the common denominator. None of them have mutual trust and respect for differences, for diversity. They all wanted all of us to be the same. And what is the same? Desert. The desert is the same. Look, if God is an algorithm, mutual trust and respect, that makes the energy constructive. Remove God, remove mutual trust and respect from energy, and what do you get? Destructive energy. You get the devil. Devil is not somebody else. Devil is energy without God. You want to remove the devil? Just bring God. You want to get devil? Remove God. They're two sides of the same coin. Just the same thing, the opposite of each other. So God is a positive, constructive, conscious energy equals mutual trust and respect. So that is what is God? An instruction, a logarithm. Where is God? Everywhere, because you look at it, everywhere you have symbiosis and synergy. Look at flowers, look at animals. The ecosystem is built on mutual trust and respect. We enrich each other with our differences. And what does God want? Follow mutual trust and respect. And if you look at the religion books, it says, if you don't follow me, I will bring the drought, and I will bring the flood, and I will punish you. It's not God saying it. It's an algorithm. If you don't follow the algorithm, the computer doesn't work. It crashes. That's what we are doing. If we don't follow the algorithm, the world is falling apart. We treat the environment without respect. We treat animals without respect. We are not trustworthy of the assets that the world has. And what is happening? With some religions, in the name of God, they are serving the devil because they don't accept diversity. They don't incorporate diversity into their life by learning, by growing, by sharing, by exchanging. Same thing with people. Same thing with nations. Colonialism, no respect, not trustworthy. So now we have a rule. If you want to pray to God, don't pray to God. Pray to that rule, that formula, that makes the world constructive. How? Not by praying, by acting. Are you acting with respect, mutual respect and trust? And I don't know about going to I cannot go to the synagogue because I don't identify with a prayer. God in heaven, please do me a favor, do this, save me. Constantly we're absorbing ourselves from any responsibility. We're putting a responsibility on God. God, help me out. God, do this for me. God, do that for me. What is this? Take the responsibility. So what does it mean, take the responsibility? Here's what I would say to do. And I would like to invite those people that agree with what I'm saying, that we meet weekly for an hour. And this is what I believe in. Every day, ask yourself the question, today, what am I going to do? Am I following mutual trust and respect? Am I doing something which is really going to undermine trust? Am I doing something which is undermine respect? How do I change that? I will not act in a way which is not trustworthy and disrespectful. And respect means recognize the right of the other party to be different, which means acknowledge that they're giving you knowledge, they're helping you with their disagreement. Honor their disagreement because you learn from them, as long as they do it respectfully, which means they honor your right to be different. Ask yourself in the morning, it's like a prayer, like a meditation. What am I going to do today? Am I doing something which is respectful, which means recognizing the right of the others to be different? And am I trustworthy in my actions? And once a week, by Zoom, a group of 5 people, no more, different groups of 5 people, let's get together and discuss how did the week go. Did you have any difficulties interpreting mutual trust and respect? Which it could be difficult because it kind of defies your self-interest. Sometimes you have to do something which is really encroaching on self-interest. Are you capable of doing it? And we help each other. We interpret each other's. And by the way, what is this mutual trust and respect in absolute terms? Love. There is no love without mutual trust and respect. How can you love somebody you don't trust? How can you love somebody you don't respect? So, love is absolute mutual trust and respect. And what is absolute love? Absolute integration. And why is it so important? Because with change comes disintegration. What does it mean? If we don't follow God, devil is acting. Devil is running the world. We are falling apart, my friends. Disintegration is galloping. Unless we provide integration as a counter force, change is destructive by nature if you do not make it constructive. In order to destroy something, here is what you have to do. Do nothing. By doing nothing, it will destroy itself. It's called entropy. Things fall apart because of change by their nature. What is there continuously is devil is there continuously, not God. For God, we have to bring God. If we don't bring God, the devil is running the world. Thank you very much.